Hello everybody and welcome to an episode of Mario Party 5. In this video I'm going to be explaining the capsules and what they are and what they do. I'm going to start with the movement type capsules, which are the green ones. These capsules affect the player's movement. I would also like to mention that all capsules are free to place on a space, but some require coins to use on yourself. Also, you can only place capsules on a blue or red space. So let's get started. This is a mushroom capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Adds 1 dice block. This capsule lets you hit 2 dice blocks instead of 1 if you use it on yourself. If you hit matching numbers, you will get 10 coins. However, if you hit 2 sevens, you will get 30 coins instead. If you land on a space with the mushroom capsule, you'll get to hit 2 dice blocks on your next turn. The dice landed on the same number. Here, take 10 coins. The dice landed on the same number. Here, take 30 coins. Next, we have the Super Mushroom Capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Adds 2 dice blocks. This capsule lets you hit 3 dice blocks instead of 1 if you use it on yourself. If you hit matching numbers, you will get 30 coins. However, if you hit 3 sevens, you will get 50 coins instead. If you land on a space with a Super Mushroom Capsule, you'll get to hit 3 dice blocks on your next turn. The dice land on the same number. Here, take 30 coins. The dice land on the same number. Here, take 50 coins. Next up, we have the Cursed Mushroom Capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Reduces the dice roll by half. If you use it on yourself, you will only hit a dice block numbered 1 to 5 and then move the number of spaces you roll. If you land on a Cursed Mushroom Capsule space, you will only hit a dice block numbered 1 to 5 on your next turn. Up next is the Warp Pipe Capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Exchanges places with another player. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with the Warp Pipe Capsule on it, you will swap places with another character determined by stopping a spinner. If you use this capsule on yourself, you will roll the dice block after swapping places with the character. Okay, so before I use it, let me see who is where. Peach is here, Boo is there, and Wario's right there. So let me start by using it. So that means I'm going to Peach's space. Up next we have the Klepto Capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Calls Klepto, who takes you to another player's position. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with the Klepto Capsule on it, it will call Klepto and Klepto will take you to a space a character is already on, determined by stopping a spinner. If you chose to use this capsule on yourself, you will roll the dice block after landing on another character's space. So let's see who's where. There's Mario, there's Wario, and there's Peach. So let's see who I will end up going to. So let's see who I will end up at whose space. Klepto's here to take you to an opponent's space. So that means I'm going to Wario's space. This is a Wiggler capsule. It costs 20 coins to use on yourself. This capsule will call Wiggler, who will fly you to the star space if you say yes. You will then roll the dice block after buying the star if you use this capsule on yourself. It will cost an extra 20 coins to buy the star, so you will need 40 coins in total to use it on yourself. So make sure you have enough coins. If you land on a Wiggler capsule space, Wiggler will fly you to the star space, and you can then buy the star. Hi, I'm Wiggler. Would you like to trade 20 coins for a star? Yes. Hehe, are you surprised? Okay, let's go! Okay, good luck then. And finally, we have the bubble capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Advances you 10 spaces and burns all of your capsules. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with a bubble capsule on it, you will move forward 10 spaces while losing all of your remaining capsules. If there's a fork in the path, you will go either direction randomly, and you will pass by the capsule machines and even the star. If you use this capsule on yourself, not only will you move forward 10 spaces, you will also hit a dice block afterwards. Landing on the happening space, Donkey Kong space, or Bowser space from using this capsule on yourself will not affect you. You just got burned. Also, I still have a capsule left. That's not supposed to happen. The reason it happened is because I was using a cheat because I was trying to get the bubble capsule. I was trying to get the bubble capsule on my own, but it was so hard because of the randomized capsules. So I shouldn't have any capsules right now. Next, I'm going to explain the coin type capsules, which are the yellow ones. These capsules affect the player's coin count. This is a Bob-omb capsule. It costs 0 coins to use on yourself. Sets a Bob-omb, and all players on it, when it explodes, lose 20 coins. If you pass by or land on a space with a Bob-omb capsule on it, a timer will count down from 3. When it reaches 0, a Bob-omb will land in your hands and you will lose 20 coins. If you pass by or land on a space with a Bob-omb capsule on it, while there is an opponent on it, when the timer reaches 0, you and your opponents will lose 20 coins, and the Bob-omb capsule space will be removed. After the timer reaches 0, the timer will reset back to 3. If you use this capsule on yourself, the timer will count down from 1 to 0, and you and your opponents will lose 20 coins. All of the timers are separate, whether you use it on yourself, pass by, or land on a space. This is a Bullet Bill capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Bullet Bill carries you the total of the dice and takes 30 coins from each player you pass. If you use this capsule on yourself, you will hit a dice block and then you will write a Bullet Bill and you will steal 30 coins from any opponent you pass. If there's a fork in the path, you will go to either direction randomly, and you will pass by the castle machines and even the star. If you land on a space with a Bullet Bill capsule on it, you will write a Bullet Bill on your next turn. This is a coin block capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Contains 10 coins. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with a coin block capsule on it, a coin block will appear and you will get 10 coins. You found a coin block. This is a Goomba capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Exchanges coins with another player. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with a Goomba capsule on it, Goomba will appear and you and an opponent will trade all of your coins with each other, determined by stopping a spinner. Hey, I'm Goomba. Exchange coins with who? That means I get Luigi's coins. Well then, I'll swap Luigi's coins. Exchange complete. Good luck. This is a Hammer Bro capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Cause a Hammer Bro to hit a player and take away 10 coins. If you land on a space with Hammer Bro capsule on it, Hammer Bro will appear and take away 10 coins from you. You can use this capsule on yourself too, but you will still lose 10 coins. The Hammer Bro took some of your coins. This is a Koopa Bank capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Cost Koopa, who collects 5 coins each time you pass. Land on it to get the bank's coins. If you or your opponents pass by or land on a space with the Koopa Bank capsule on it, Koopa will appear and have you deposit 5 coins each time you pass by. If you use a Koopa Bank capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with a Koopa Bank capsule on it, you will get all the coins in the bank. It's the Koopa Bank. Please pay 5 coins. Thank you very much. The bank now holds 5 coins. Thank you. Come back anytime. This is a Paratroopa capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Takes coins equal to the number of your roll away from all players. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land in a space with a Paratroopa capsule on it, you will hit a coin dice block, and whatever number you hit, your opponents will lose that amount of coins. Determine the amount of coins that everyone will lose. And so, 10 coins are gone. Some coins have been taken. This is a Spiny capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Takes 10 coins from a player and gives them to you. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land in space with a Spiny capsule on it, Spiny will steal 10 coins from an opponent determined by stopping a spinner and give those coins to you. Use a roulette wheel to select which opponent to attack. That means Waluigi has to give me 10 coins. This is a Piranha Plant capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. calls a piranha plant who eats the player and takes half of his or her coins. If you land on a space with a piranha plant capsule on it, a piranha plant will appear and you will lose half of your coins. You can use this capsule on yourself too, but you will still lose half of your coins. Half of your coins were taken. Next, I'm going to explain the capsule type capsules, which are the red ones. These capsules affect the player's capsules. This is a Kamek capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Shuffles everyone's capsules. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with a Kamek capsule on it, Kamek will appear and shuffle everyone's capsules evenly. I'm Kamek, and I'm here to shuffle everyone's capsules around. Don't you guys just love the shuffle? This is a Lakitu capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Steals a capsule from the player indicated. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with a Lakitu capsule on it, Lakitu will appear and ask you which opponent's capsule to steal. You can choose which opponent to steal from, but you can't choose which capsule to steal. Hey, I'm Lakitu. I'll take a capsule from someone. Who will it be? I'm gonna go with Toad. Well, I'll be back. Look, I brought back a capsule. You got the coin block capsule. Good luck. This is a Magikoopa capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Exchanges capsules with another player. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with a Magikoopa capsule on it, Toadie will appear, and you and an opponent will trade all of your capsules with each other, determined by stopping a spinner. I'm Magikoopa. Exchange all capsules. Determine who you will exchange with. That means Wario and I trade capsules. Capsule exchange is complete. This is a Mr. Blizzard capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Calls Mr. Blizzard, who crushes the character. This is a Mr. Blizzard capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Calls Mr. Blizzard, who crushes the character and takes their capsules. This is a Mr. Blizzard capsule. This is a Mr. Blizzard capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Calls Mr. Blizzard, who crushes the character and takes their capsules. This is a Mr. Blizzard capsule. This is a Mr. Blizzard capsule. This is a Mr. Blizzard capsule. It costs 5 coins to use on yourself. Calls Mr. Blizzard, who crushes the character and takes their capsule. If you land on a space with a Mr. Blizzard capsule on it, Mr. Blizzard will crush you and you will lose all of your capsules. You can use this capsule on yourself too, but you will still lose all of your capsules. All capsules are lost. This is an Uukiki capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Takes all of a rival's capsules and uses them on the game board. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with the Uukiki capsule on it, Uukiki will appear and ask you which opponent's capsules to use. You then select an opponent, and then Uukiki will attack your opponent and use all of the capsules on the board. Uki. Whose capsules should I use? I'm gonna go with Yoshi. I'll be back. I use your capsules. Lastly, I'm going to explain the special type capsules, which are the blue ones. These capsules all have different effects than the first 3 categories. This is a bone capsule. It is used automatically, so you can't place it on a space. distracts the Chain Chomp and keeps it from attacking you. If a Chain Chomp tries to attack you and you have this capsule in your pocket, it will distract Chain Chomp from stealing coins or a star from you. You can throw it away by using it on yourself. Bone Capsule can't be used. Do you want to throw it away? Yes. This is a Chain Chomp capsule. It costs 15 coins to use on yourself. Steals either coins or a star from the indicated player. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with a Chain Chomp capsule on it, Chain Chomp will appear and ask what you wanted to steal from an opponent, and then Chain Chomp will ask you who to steal from. If a player has a bone capsule in their pocket, you will get nothing. I'm gonna steal coins or a star for you. What shall I steal for you? Coins. Who shall I steal from? I'm gonna go with Mario. I stole 13 coins. Call me back anytime. Sorry, a bone distracted me. This is a chance capsule. It costs 20 coins to use on yourself. Exchanges coins and stars among players. If you use this capsule on yourself, a chance time event will happen and Eldstar will pick you as one of the players to exchange between since you use the capsule on yourself. Then you will hit a block to determine whom you will exchange with. Then you will hit another dice block to determine what will be exchanged between you and your opponent. If you land on a space with the chance capsule on it, Eldstar will ask you who will be the first character to participate in chance time. Then he will ask you who the next character will be. Then he will ask you what will be exchanged between the two characters. What will happen? Nobody knows. It's chance roulette. First off, who will it be? It's decided. Peach, it's you! Well then, let's decide who else it will happen to. Finally, we'll decide what will happen. Finally, we'll decide what will happen. This is what it's all about. Take your best shot. The results are in. Peach gets Mario's coins. That's all for Chance Roulette. This is a duel capsule. It costs 10 coins to use on yourself. Start the duel with the selected opponent. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land on a space with a duel capsule on it, Fly Guy will appear and ask you to pick an opponent to duel. Then you will pick what you want from them. If you choose Star, you will be asked what you will put up for the duel. If you win, you will get coins and/or a star. But if you lose, your opponent will get coins and/or a star. It's time for a duel. Select your opponent. Let's go with Peach. What do you want from your opponent? Let's do coins. Select the number of coins. Alright, I'll collect 3 coins apiece. The total comes to 6 coins. This is a Twister capsule. It costs 15 coins to use on yourself. Changes the position of a star. If you use this capsule on yourself, or if you land in a space with the Twister capsule on it, Twister will appear in the star space and move the star to a different location randomly. Twister appeared on the star space. Oh wow! Twister changed the location of the star space. The next star you'll shoot for is right here. Good luck, players! This is a miracle capsule. It is used automatically, so you can't place it on a space. Doesn't do anything if you have one, but what happens if you get 3? If you get 3 miracle capsules, the character in first place has to give all of their stars to the character in fourth place. If the character in second or third place has 3 miracle capsules, fourth place will get all of first place stars. If the first place character has 3 miracle capsules, nothing will happen. Look, this is very rare. You got 3 miracle capsules. Watch as all of the stars from Mario in first place are given to Luigi, who is in last place. Miracle Capsule can't be used. Do you want to throw it away? Yes. The last capsule I'm going to explain is the Bowser Capsule. When you get the Bowser Capsule, it is used automatically by Bowser, and Bowser will add another Bowser space on the board. The Bowser Capsule can only be set on red spaces. Since it is used automatically, you can't keep it in your inventory. The only reason I was able to obtain this capsule is by AR codes. Well, that's it for all the capsules in Mario Party 5. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I also hope that my explanations made it easier to learn all about the different types of capsules. See you next time!